What up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy Amp Dog with another episode of Politicking. Want to thank everybody for tuning in, showing your love, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Big Amp Dog said, what's the deal? And today, we got a crazy story coming out of Polk County, Florida, where the sheriff's office has arrested a couple on one count of negligent child abuse resulting in the death of a 2-year-old. Homicide detectives arrested 57-year-old Regis Johnson and 35-year-old Arhonda Tillman, both from Davenport, Florida. So the detectives had been called there the day before for an unresponsive child call. The little girl was located deceased in an inflatable pool that was being used as a makeshift playpen. Now, I'm not even going to pass judgment on that, as parents, you try to do the best that you can with what you have. So whether they could afford a playpen or not, it's not important. Um, so what they're saying is that this little girl was suffering from long-term starvation. During the police interviews, the father, 57-year-old Regis Johnson, told detectives that when the child was born, doctors believe she may share a muscular dystrophy gene with her mother. He also told detectives that he took the child to a medical appointment July of 2021 to be tested, but the test came back inconclusive. Johnson's father stated the most recent doctor's appointment was August of 2021, according to Johnson, which is the father. The victim hadn't wanted to eat for the past 2 days, and when he tried to feed her, she would only take a few bites. Um, he 57, so ain't no excuses to make for why you would have these type of errors and why, I don't know. Johnson told the detectives that he placed the child in an inflatable pool at around 5:15 a.m. Tuesday morning, and she began playing with her toys. He left for a short time, and when he returned, the victim was cold to the touch and not breathing. That don't sound right. That don't sound right. Because I'm going to just say 5:15 a.m., kids do get up typically, but 5:15 a.m. I would assume it's still dark outside. Um, and where did you go for a short time later? Did you put her in the makeshift playpen and then say, fuck it, I'm gonna go lay back down for a little bit? It just don't make sense. It don't make sense. And you too old to be making up fucked up stories like this. Part of my language. Tillman, the victim's mother, who was 37, um, told detectives that she had attempted to feed the child a turkey sandwich Monday before bed, but the victim did not want to eat it. She stated that she didn't know when the child had last seen a doctor and added the victim could crawl but not walk. Okay, so it was a movie about this where or it was maybe not even a movie, maybe a documentary where it was this mother that was basically putting this illness into her child's head so much that the child started to really believe and think that these things were going on, to where for him to assume that she has muscular dystrophy, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how. I mean, that's his baby mom right there in the mugshot next to him. I'm not gonna lie, at first, just not me trying to pass judgment, I didn't know if that was a man or a woman at first. Not to be funny, but it looked like it was a parody of like somebody trying to do their own rendition of blackface. But that has nothing to do with anything, because I was just telling y'all the reason why I was confused in the beginning of the story. But it doesn't make any excuses for how you got a 38-year-old and a 57-year-old that's making babies and don't have the parental responsibility, or um, just that natural um, that natural thing that you have as a parent to want to, if you could notice something wrong with your child, you want to attack it and figure it out. Go get the doctor's appointment. Like the fact that she don't know the last time that her child has had a doctor's appointment is crazy. And then the fact that he does, but this was over 8-9 months ago, like, you know what I'm saying? Where if you feeling like your daughter really has some type of muscular dystrophy gene, um, then you should have been like, that should have been something that you should have been up on. Now, to me, it just seems like maybe these two people, they could be on drugs, allegedly. I'm gonna assume that they're on drugs, because ain't no way you can't afford or you can't feed your child, but you got time to put lipstick on before you get arrested or go to the take your mug shot. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's just unfortunate. And as always, you guys know where I'm going with this. They both have a special place that rhymes with jail, but just hot as hell. So they'll be down there. They got plenty of company. You feel me? So after that, let me get back to just what the detectives say. The detectives say they contacted the victim's pediatrician. The doctor told detectives the child last doctor visit was January of 2020. January of 2020. Like, hey, look, I know people who has like the most minor things, right? And the the police, the school district, the children family services department, they all jump in to make sure that the overall care of these children are being met. Don't get me wrong. After LA County got sued for $32 million in loss, I'm sure that that's probably an extra initiative to make sure y'all want to get the shit right when it come down to these kids and foster care and just making the right decision, actually doing your job instead of just, pencil fucking a piece of paper. But in most cases, as we seen, this one now and then one back in Houston where, the little kid was dead in the house for damn near a year and nobody even thought to think, hey, why this kid ain't showed up to a school, a classroom, a doctor's, nobody gave a fuck until it's too late. So I don't know how this is able to happen to where the doctor can say, hey, the last visit was January 2020 and he didn't do his due diligence to make sure that he reached out to the proper authorities to make sure that this child was being properly followed up on, as far as you think that she has a muscle dystrophy, like you think something is wrong with her, and y'all didn't try to think about like, hey, let's take her to the doctor, let's get her checked out, let's make sure, you know what I mean? And just being honest, outside of the sucked in faces and looking like they probably on drugs allegedly, they don't look like they missed any meals. You know what I'm saying? Whether they got a double cheeseburger or whatever, it don't look like they were missing meals, man. And it's unfortunate that in certain situations like this, that certain people are allowed to make babies. And that's what's crazy, because could you imagine like having these two as your parents, sitting there probably drunk and high off whatever, you know what I'm saying, choose to link up, have sex, and then boom, you come in this world and like these are your parents, like you forced to have to love these motherfuckers. Like you gotta love them. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, I don't know, it just seemed fucked up. The medical office attempted to make contact with the parents numerous times following the appointment, as there was concern that the child may have cystic fibrosis. During the investigation, detectives learned that December 10th, 2019, the Department of Children Family Services, DCFF, DCFF, DC, DCF, whatever, began a medical negligence investigation, which revealed the victim was consistently losing weight and her parents were not following up with doctor's appointments. The DCF report indicated that after the parents complied with DCF instructions, uh, following several positive weight checks, Johnson was instructed to follow up with the victim's primary care physician. And DCF then close the investigation. So you see how simple that was? All they got to do is just go get her weight checked. So just feed her for about 2-3 weeks and then get them done with the investigation. They gonna let y'all go back to y'all normal lives and just fucking, man, I don't know. I don't know. It's like if y'all gonna get in people's business, get in it for the right reasons. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in it because you trying to break up a family or collect a check or, you know what I mean? I don't know. This is just stuff that I think about, But anyway, on May 11th, the District 10 Medical Examiner's Office conducted the autopsy of the victim, which determined the victim had no food in her stomach and suffered from long-term starvation. She only weighed 9.5 pounds at the time of her death. You know what they say? 9.5 pounds, at almost 3 years old. You know what they say that's equivalent to? A 3-month-old baby. A 3-month-old baby. These motherfuckers deserve the I don't know. I don't promote violence, but if you can imagine the things that I'm thinking about, you probably would agree too. When detectives again spoke with Johnson following the autopsy, and he admitted the victim's last doctor appointment was in January 2020 and not August of 2021 as he originally stated. He also told detectives that he knew his daughter was not gaining weight and not developing as normal. He further said he knew the victim was losing weight and was not thriving and still did not seek medical attention. So this is what I'm gonna honestly say. Um, these motherfuckers is probably scammers, and unfortunately, it came at the expense of their child. It seemed like they were probably trying to vet their way into a fucking check, whether it's a social security check or something. It just don't seem like these people had this child's best interest at heart. I don't know. Like maybe it's some. I don't know. They look alike. Not saying all black folks look alike, but they look alike. You know. Um, um, I don't know. And then also they got an uncle, 64-year-old. You know what I'm saying? 64-year-old uncle is being charged. You know why? Because he was living in the household and he didn't report nothing. He just as fucked up as they is. And I hope he get the same exact charges. And then they save him a seat down there in that special place that rhymes with jail, but a lot hotter. It's kind of hot like hell. You know what I'm saying? I hope they all three got a special place. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I hope they starve y'all. I hope while y'all in jail, y'all don't get to eat. I hope it's one crooked ass CEO that runs the whole shit, tell everybody what to do, and just say, hey, don't feed the motherfuckers for the next 7 days. Not even water. Drink your spit. You know what? That's my mama used to tell me. No. My mama loved this, but she used to tell us that. Drink your spit, because we used to try to, let me get some juice. Can we get some juice? You know, probably telling too much. I love you, mama. But yeah, this shit's crazy. Yeah, I can't imagine. But rest in peace to the baby girl. And hopefully y'all get exactly what y'all deserve. You know what I'm saying? Um, this is one curious George looking ass motherfucker. Um, and I don't know. I don't want to talk about the looks, but something's definitely wrong with these two people. And I hope that the courts can see that these motherfuckers get charged to the fullest extent. You know, just in the memory of the 2-year-old. You feel me? I don't know if anybody got kids out there, but that's a precious time in a child's life. That's when they starting to be able to recognize and express themselves with things that they just been hearing and seeing, wanting to touch. Now they could crawl around, walk around, talk, put words together. Whereas whether they saying bad words or good words, they still learning. So you know what I mean? And y'all took that away from her. So I hope somebody get to take something away from y'all while y'all locked up. But anyway, man, y'all like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Big M Dog said, what's the deal? And as always, protect yourself, protect your people, and protect your peace. Peace.